Derp everyone, this is the Buckethead Disciple. Buckethead has an almost overwhelming number of Pikes in his discography. For many people, it is hard to listen to them all or get a good idea of what might be good or what might not be good for them. Which ones are acoustic? Which ones are ambient? Which ones are super shreddy? And which ones should I avoid altogether? I have listened to every single Pike, up to Pike 275 Dream Thread, and have categorized them based on what kind of music you will hear in each one. I also give a personal recommendation if I deem it necessary. I do have my personal opinions as to which ones are good or bad, but the purpose of this video is to inform, not to review. This video, although long, should be a great introduction to each Pike and can help you know which ones you should check out if you have not listened to them all already. Let's get started with Pike number 1, It's Alive. Mostly hard rock. Listen for the songs LeBrontron and Crack the Sky. Peeling Out is kind of fun too. It's 200 notes in 15 seconds. 2, Empty Space. This one is more skronky than shreddy, but Dummy Egg is a pretty good one. 3, 3-Foot Clearance. One of my favorites. It ranges from hard rock to ambient. Listen for Griffin's Spike, Rammelzy, the Hero of the Abyss, and The Ballad of Jerry Mono. 4, Underground Chamber. For the most part, this is a skronky album. There are some good chunks, but it's mostly inconsistent and experimental. This album is supposed to be a Buckethead exploring a secret underground chamber beneath Buckethead land. 5, Look Up There. Great jams on this one. Listen for the songs Look Up There and Golden Eyes. 6, Balloon Cement. Also mostly skronky, but the first song, Balloon Cement, is pretty good. 7, The Shores of Molokai. A decent Pike. Very listenable. Listen for the songs Henry's New Home and The Melting Man. 8, Racks. This is a pretty good one. Listen for the songs Sunburst and The Patrol Man. 9, March of the Slunks. Similar to the previous 2, only faster picking. Listen for the song Magellan's Maze. 10, The Silent Picture Book. Similar to the previous 3. Listen for the songs Whirlybird, Rope Light, and The Melting Man Part 2. 11, Forgotten Library. Now we're getting a little more experimental, but Beginning Putrefaction is a good song. 12, Propeller. Mostly experimental random riffs, but still listen for the song Meeting of the Mummy. 13, I would probably give a blank check to Buckethead just to produce one extra copy of this Pike. This is the famous one with a picture of he and his dad on the front. If you manage to get a copy, Part 6 is by far the most profound. 14, The Mark of Davis. Random riffs and experimentation. 15, Viewmaster. A listenable mixture of styles and genres with lots of acoustic stuff. Listen for the songs Early Coin and The First Day of Autumn. 16, The Boiling Pond. Heavy stuff. Metal galore. Listen for the song The Boiling Pond. 17, The Spirit Winds. Super ambient, somewhat soft, but a good listen. Listen for the song The Spirit Winds and Pedal. 18, The Astrodome. A beautiful, somber, mellow tone. Lots of acoustic work in this one. Listen for the songs The Astrodome and The Omega Wing. 19, Teeter Slaughter. A skronky mess. Lots of experimentation and a mixture of styles. 20, Thaw. Mostly skronk. The last third of it is pretty good. Mostly just heavy riffs throughout. 21, Spiral Trackway. Techno experimentation style. Lots of spooky computer noises. 22, Sphere Facade. Like the last one, it is very different. Experimental. Spooky computer sounds galore. The final song, Game Grid, is quite soft and easy though. 23, Telescape. A tad heavier. Cool jams. Listen for the songs Telescape and Telescape 2. 24, Slug Cartilage. This one is heavy, boy. A little skronky, but mostly heavy. 25, Pancake Heater. Another mostly heavy, slightly skronky one. Boy, Buckethead was in a mood during these last few Pikes. Woof. 26, Worms for the Garden. Heavy, shreddy, awesome. Listen for the song Worms in the Garden. 27, Halls of Dimension. Still a bit skronky with some funkiness and experimentation thrown in the mix. Lots of random noises. 28, Feathers. More heavy, skronky, and experimentation kind of stuff. 29, Splatters. Heavy, skronky, experimental again. 30, Mannequin Cemetery. Heavy, like Pantera kind of stuff. Less experimental. 31, Pearson Square. An acoustic one. A pretty good one, too. All of them are pretty similar, but listen for the song Eagle's Nest. 32, Rise of the Blue Lotus. Another acoustic one. Listen for the songs The Flooding of Pain and Rise of the Blue Lotus. 33 and 34, Pumpkin and Pikes. Look, aside from this being a Halloween release, I'm not sure what happened here. This is a bunch of creepy noises, and there's hardly any guitar at all. 35, Thank You, Olingers. This one is not bad. Listen for the song Thank You, Olingers. 36, The Pit. Thought-provoking, ambient, then shreddy, maybe even a little skronky. then ambient at the end. Listen for the songs The Pit Part 1 and The Pendulum. 37, Hollowed Out. Similar to Olinger's, a smidge skronky at times except for the final song, Hollowed Out, that is a calm antithesis to the rest of the album. 38, It Smells Like Frogs. A good Pike overall, good jams, good riffs, pretty decent all around. 39, Twisterland. Hard rock, quite listenable though. The famous song The Closed Triptych comes from this one. 40, Coat of Charms. A nice, easy-going beginning. Picks up a bit towards the end. Overall, a great Pike. You can't go wrong with any song, in my opinion. 41, Wishes. Softer, more ambient stuff. Listen for the songs Ascending Skull and The Sky is Heavy. 42, Backwards Chimney. Can't go wrong with this one. Any song is fairly good. Not too crazy, but a good melodic riff all throughout. 43, one of my absolute favorites. Ambient, soulful, almost sad overall, except Part 2, which is awesome! Listen for the songs Part 1, Part 2, and Part 6. Number 44, You Can't Triple Stamp a Double Stamp. An obvious reference to Dumb and Dumber. Overall, a super heavy Pike. 45, The Coats of Claude. A pretty good one. Listen for the song The Coats of Claude. 46, Rainy Days. Easy to listen to, soft and easygoing. Listen for the song See Through Cloud. 47, Roller Coaster Track Repair. Heavy and shreddy. A little much, hard to listen to, but extremely impressive. Don't listen if you're prone to heart attacks. 48, Hide the Pickling Jar. A bit more mild than the previous Pike, still a bit messy and experimental, even a little funky. 49, Monument Valley. Many people regard this as one of their favorites. It's very classic, listenable, Buckethead style stuff. Listen for the song Monument Valley. 50, Pitch Dark. A groovy one, somewhat somber, easy to listen to. Great music in this one. Listen for the song Pitch Dark, though you can't go wrong with any of them. 51, Claymation Courtyard, a fan favorite, and one of my all-time favorites. Hardcore, shreddy, and super fast and innovative. Listen for the songs Claymation Courtyard, Disintegration Mirrors, and Erie Canal. 52, Factory, experimental, funky, yeah, that's about it. 53, City of Ferris Wheels, more experimental but still fairly listenable. I don't super like this one, but The Cape of Good Hope is a great song. 54, Frankenstein's Monsters Blinds. Ooh, one of my favorites. Groovy, funky, nasty-wasty bass lines. Listen for the song Boris. 55, The Miskatonic Scale. A genius Pike, be it a tad harsh. Super duper shreddy Buckethead whittles his guitar down to the size of a chopstick in this one. Listen for the song M. 56, Cycle. A funkier album, be it a bit softer. Listen for the song Repair Station. 57, Night Gallery. Fun fact, the title means Buckethead Land in Japanese. More experimental stuff though. 58, Outpost. It's okay. Experimental but not all that bad. A little groovy, funky business going on. Listen for the song Outpost. 59, Idraboj. Skronky and experimental. 60, Footsteps. Soft, gentle, somber album. Listen for the song Footsteps. 61, Cetacesis. More noises, more skronk. 62, Outlined for Cetacesis. More robotic skronk experimentation. 63, Grand Gallery. More random noises. 64, Aquarium. A skronkier album, but for some reason I actually really like some of it. It has more rhythm and listenability. Listen for the songs Aquarium and Without Form. 65, Hold Me Forever. This thing is dedicated to his deceased mother. It is hardcore, shreddy, genius, and powerful in general. Listen for the whole dang thing, but especially the songs C and ER. 66, Leave the Light On. This one has both listenable and skronky hardcore riffs. It's mostly great though. Listen for the songs Leave the Light On, The Bellman, and Hospitality. 67, Abandoned Slaughterhouse. Brutal and heavy riffs throughout. 68, Assignment 033-03. This one is sonic insanity. Lots of random riffs and experimentation. 69, Category of Awareness. More random noises. 70, Snow Slug. This one is a tad skronky, but it's mostly just riffage. The kind of stuff you listen to while fixing up your Camaro or something. 71, Celery. This one is hardcore. This is one song for the entire album. It's a 30-minute riff fest. It's a good one, trust me. 72, Closed Attractions. A nice and easy album. Slower, relaxing, more thoughtful, mellow, and delicious. Listen for the songs MECHA, SLUNK, Roller Coaster, and Lantern Alley. 73, Final Bend of the Labyrinth. The Labyrinth being the name of a roller coaster in Buckethead Land, this album sure sounds like you're on this ride. It's a good one. Listen for the song Final Bend of the Labyrinth 6. 74, Infinity Hill. Buckethead noodles on his bass guitar. Not exactly skronky, but not that wacko either. Funky and groovy riffs all throughout. Listen for the songs Raycast and Infinity Hill. 75, Twilight Constrictor. Spooky and experimental. 76, Caterpillar. Exquisite rock and roll. Another good riff fest. 77, Bumby Ride Dreamlands. Rapid fire, quick picking. Heavy too. 78, it's groovy and easy to listen to. Similar to Population Override, pretty jazzy overall. 79, Geppetto's Trunk. A darker, heavier riff fest. 80, Cutout Animatronic. More funky Buckethead bass. Listen for the song Tronic. 81, Carnival Cartilage. Another spooky Halloween experimentation. 82, Calamity Cabin. Heavy and dark. 83, Dreamless Slumber. Experimental random noises. 84, Whirlpool. This one is a madhouse. 85, Walk-In Closet. Awesome hard rock. One of the better riff fests. 86, Ourselves. Another bodacious riff fest. Listen for the song Looking From Afar. 87, Interstellar Slunk. Super impressive shred, though it be quite skronky. 88, Red Pepper Restaurant. This one is okay, somewhat experimental and skronky. It does have a great one at the end, though. Listen for the song Level 4. 89, The Time Traveler's Dream. An ambient feel with ethereal rock, a teaspoon of experimentation. 90, Listen for the Whisper. Good and easy rock and roll. We've got a good one here, folks. Listen for the songs Crane and Listen for the Whisper. 91, Sublunar. A bit skronky, yet still groovy. Sounds a lot like Primus stuff. 92, The Splatterhorn. Skronk. Crazy computer noises galore. 93, Coaster Coat. Diverse. First rock with some solos, then funky, then ambient and calming. Can't go wrong with any song on the album. 94, Magic Lantern. A slightly heavier jam. Good riffs. Sometimes skronky at the end. Listen for the songs Magic Lantern and Land of the Lanterns. 95, Northern Lights. A famous one. Great hardcore and shreddy songs on this one. He frequently plays the song Flare live. Listen for the songs Northern Lights and Flare. 96, Yarn. Heavy, fast, lots of solos and quite skronky. 97, Passageways. Softer, more mysterious music. The final song, Passageway 5, is a diamond in the rough. 98, Pilot. More random noises and riffs. Only some guitar, mostly space funk. 99, Polar Trench. This one is a bit hard to listen to, but the song The Light in the Fog is rather good. 100, The Mighty Microscope. A bit more experimental in general. Don't be fooled by the first song, though. Phase, Yellow, and Inner Space are great tunes. 101, In the Hollow Hills. A listenable Pike and very diverse for the most part. Listen for the songs In the Hollow Hills and Ghosts of Broken Eggs. 102, Sideway Streets. Experimental for the most part and kind of hard to listen to, but Pathless Road is a great song. 103, Squid Ink Lodge. Similar to In the Hollow Hills. Funky, jazzy, and some solos thrown in there. Listen for the songs Old Lunch Pail and Drawing in the Dirt. 104, Project Little Man. A famous one. Super hardcore and energetic. Listen for the song Project Little Man. 105, The Mole Trail. A funky, groovy pipe with lots of solos. Some might think it's a tad skronky, but oh boy, listen for the song The Mole Trail Part 2. 106, Forest of Bamboo. Lots of kill switch riffs with that one guitar effect that makes Buckethead's guitar go 107, Weird Glow's Gleam. If you're not into skronk, I would still give this one a chance. It's a bit harsh, but 5 minutes into the song Weird, you will hear the groovy melody and come to see that this is an impressive Pike. 108, Collect Itself. A little skronkier, lots of cool shredding though. 109, The Left Panel. A more sad Pike. Buckethead was going through some stuff during this time, man. Listen for the song The Left Panel. 110, Wall to Wall Cobwebs. Skronky, just skronky. Except for the final song, Wall to Wall Cobwebs. 111, Night of the Snow Mole. Don't judge a book by its cover. This one is awesome. Shred solos, good, clean rock. Listen for the song Phantom Steamboat. 112, Creaky Doors and Creaky Floors. Pretty general skronk with some shredding. 113, Herbie Theater. More skronk, more riffs, more shredding. 114, Glow in the Dark. Deep, grungy, heavy stuff. 115, Marble Monsters. Experimental in the beginning and in the middle and in the end. 116, Infinity Spheres. A more gentle album, but listen for the song Liquid Mantis. 117, Vacuum. Funk, tons of bass lines, no guitar. 118, Elevator. Some good rock solos, scrumptious riffage and shredding. Listen for the songs 10th Floor and 13th Floor. 119, Solar Sailcraft. While most of the album consists of skronkier riffage, I highly recommend the first two songs, Solar Sailcraft and Flying Saucer. 120, Lousinger. Mostly experimental riffage, but I recommend the song Vehicle Love. 121, Shaded Ray. The only song you need to worry about on this one is the namesake, Shaded Ray. What a positive, fast, and upbeat, awesome song! 122, The Other Side of the Dark. A great melodic and soulful jam with some groove at the end. Listen for the song The Other Side of the Dark. 123, Scroll of Vegetable. Great rockin' riffs, both quick and easy. 124, Rotten Candy Cane. Back to experimental stuff with a few groovy solo sprinkles thrown in the batter. 125, Along the Riverbank. The whole album is filled with awesome licks, but listen for the song Along the Riverbank. 126, Tourist. Solid rock riffs. Listen for the song Glowworm. 127, Paint to the Tile. Another rock-solid Pike. Great riffs and cool solos. Listen for the song Paint to the Tile. 128, Tucked into Dreams. More ambient experimental. Listen for the songs Gills and Tucked into Dreams. 129, Forever Lake. The song Forever Lake is soft and easygoing. Wooden Horses is a chill jam, and Railroad Trail is an easygoing jam. 130, Down by the Bayou Part 2. A groovy Pike with some good jams along the way. 131, Down by the Bayou Part 1. Is similar, but a tad darker. This is the grungier side of the swamp. 132, Chamber of Drawers. Mostly darker riffage in minor key. Listen to the song Chamber of Drawers. 133, Embroidery. Experimental skronk solos. 134, Digging Under the Basement. Crazy and scary music. 135, Haunted Roller Coaster Chair. Scary haunted Halloween noises. 136, Firebolt. Full of skronky goodness, but listen for the song R. 137, Hideous Phantasm. Big B shreds hideously fast in this heavy and skronky collection. 138, Giant Claw. For the most part, it's heavy skronk riffage, but the final song, Giant Claw Returns from the Center of the Earth, is not skronky and has a cool jam. 139, Observation. This one is a tad more skronky and experimental. Ion is the one you want to listen to, though. 140, Hats and Glasses. Hats is a skronk fest, Glasses is a jazz fest. Listen for the song Glasses. I see you in that window, Herbie. 141, Last Call for the EP Ripley. Funky grooves behind some sick soloing. Listen for the song Stop 6. 142, Nautical Nightmares. It's almost a funky electric pop kind of Pike. A good listen nonetheless. 143, Blank Bot. This is kind of a sloppier pop funk, but I would still check out QZ9. Oh boy. 144, Scream Sunday. More funk pop stuff with some good soloing, maybe a little skronk thrown in. 145, KAREEM'S Footprint. Funky experimental stuff. It can be hard to listen to, but listen for the songs KAREEM'S Footprint and INOSANTO, Kali Master. 146, Caricature. This is the skronkier side of pop. 147, Popcorn Shells. Electric, funky, boogie-woogie jams, very bass heavy. 148, Invisible Forest. A roller coaster of emotions and soothing jams. You can't go wrong with any song on this one. 149, CHICKENCOOPSCOPE. Overall, it's a funky, electric, somewhat skronky groove fest, but I would listen for the song CHICKENCOOPSCOPE. 150, Heaven Is Your Home. This one is dedicated to his deceased father, Thomas Manley Carroll. A sad, somber, yet genius Pike. Listen for Heaven Is Your Home and Always Watching. 151, Fog Gardens. Mostly a funk pop metal mix. Some decent rock and roll riffage at the end. 152, Carnival Cutouts. Low note, heavy pop jams with some impressive shredding. 153, Whisper Track. Heavier electric pop shredding. Listen for Such As Straw and Overgrown Shrubs. 154, The Cellar Yawns. A deceiving Pike. It's super nice and mellow at first, then the last song, The Cellar Yawns, is a fast, crazy rock fest. 155, Ancient Lens. A space-bound Pike with cool effects, electric pop, and decent riffs. 156, Herbie Climbs a Tree. Some skronky experimental stuff, but Lone Lagoon and Sealed Room are good songs with sweet jams. 157, Upside Down Skyway. A little experimental, but still pretty good. Listen for the songs Insects and Upside Down Skyway. 158, Twisted Branches. More hardcore and heavy than your average Pike. Solid riffs. Twisted Branches Part 5 has one of the most impressive riffs I've ever heard him play. 159, Half Circle Bridge. Cool riffs with some uncommon guitar effects. A super interesting listen. P.S. I think the song title TET has something to do with the Chinese and Vietnamese New Year. Someone fact check me though. 160, Land of Miniatures. Great jams, solos, and riffs throughout the whole Pike. Listen for the songs Land of Miniatures and Way Back When. 161, Bats in the Light Bright, more dark and scary Halloween noises. 162, Four Forms, great rock and roll jams and cool solos. Listen for the song Midnight Sun. 163, Blue Tide, rather chill, good, slow, easy jams throughout the whole Pike. 164, Ghoul, mostly rock riffage, switching tones and feels back and forth, slightly grungier. 165, Orange Tree, messy, skronky riffage, almost a wacky tone, and yes, that is some kind of a flute in the second track. Does Buckethead play the flute? 166, Region, quite the good album. Not common for a Buckethead Pike, but fairly listenable. Good newer sounds in there. Listen for the songs Ancient Desert and Castle Stairs. 167, Shapeless. A hard one to listen to, skronky and experimental, but listen for the song The Sleep Book. 168, Ognorator. Repeating super skronky stuff, random riffs and distorted noises. 169, The Windowsill. Slaps and bass at first, then Big B finishes off with some great solo work. Listen for the song The Windowsill. 170, Washed Away. Ambient at first, which is 24 minutes of the album, then a faster hard rock jam towards the end. It's all good, but listen for the song Washed Away. 171, A Ghost Took My Homework. Mostly skronk, the final song, Birds and Ladders, is pretty good riffage though. 172, Crest of the Hill. Mostly skronk and some random noises. The song Equestrian Statue is an ambient and thought-provoking one, though. 173, The Blob. Super fast, grungy, skronky music, but listen for the song Blob Finds an Ancient Scroll. 174, Last House on Slunk Street. With a whopping 16 songs, this madhouse of creation is pretty intense, lightning fast, and pretty spiky music. Used Glasses is a good song. 175, Quilted. Buckethead's quiet, somber, melancholy side comes out in this one track that's 30 minutes long. From 176 to 207 is the Happy Halloween series. If you like Halloween or spooky stuff or Death Cube K, then this is the stuff for you. These are all pretty similar genre-wise. 208, The Wishing Brook. A good transition from the Silver Shamrock series. Dark and spooky, just not as debilitatingly disturbing. Profound and melancholy. 209, Rooms of Illusions. Easy to listen to, good music. You can't go wrong with any song on that Pike. Listen for the song Rooms of Illusions Part 5. 210, Sunken Parlor. Good hardcore jams right here. Listen for the song Wall Slide. 211, Screen Door. Solid jams and mostly just rock riffage here. However, I would listen for the song NN. 212, Hornet. Experimental but listenable. Part 4 is one of my all-time favorite songs. 213, Crumple. Part 2 of this Pike is a 27-minute shred fest. High octane, high energy. 214, Trace Candle. A gentle ethereal melody. One long song that makes you think. 215, Teflector. Oh gosh. Buckethead turns his guitar into sawdust. Shred galore. Listen for the song Teflector. 216, Wheels of Ferris. A solid riff fest with cool rock melodies, one that almost any Buckethead fan can appreciate. 217, Pike Doors. Some experimental skronk on this one, but listen for the songs Door 1 and Door 2. 218, Old Toys. Very listenable, fun album, great rock and creative guitar. Listen for the song Mount Shasta. 219, Raindrops on Christmas. A sweet Pike. Mostly soft and ambient, but it has some more intense ones in the middle. But listen for the songs Raindrops on Christmas and Puddles. 220, Mirror Realms. This Pike is skronky, hard to listen to, with the exception of the song Blue Slide. That song is fantastic. 221, Cove Cloud. Among the more lovely Pikes. Acoustic electric mix, upbeat and positive. Listen for the song Cove. 222, Out of the Attic. A little skronky if not groovy, a very homogeneous album. 223, Dragging the Fence. Acoustic and easy to listen to. Listen for the songs Dragging the Fence and Planted. 224, Builder. Great solo work here. Soft and easy, then chill immersive rock with some great riffage that makes you think. Builder Part 2 is my favorite of the two songs. 225, Floor Mat. A pretty easy to follow riff fest. Great jams and riffs throughout this rock solid Pike. 226, Happy Birthday MJ23. You get this Pike for the song Happy Birthday MJ23, but Yellow Brick Snail is also pretty good. The other two are kind of skronky. 227, Arcade of the Deserted. A back and forth between easy jams and hardcore shred, but by far listen for the song Cavernous. 228, The Creaking Stairs. An entire pike of pure hardcore rock riffs filled with impressive shred. 229, Cabs. It goes from easy to harsh to less harsh riffage, but still full of some good jams. A great precursor to the Pike Coupon and the song Underneath the Attic. 230, Rooftop. Can't go wrong with awesome rock-solid jams with intense soloing in the background. Listen for the song Hexagon. 231, Drift. This is a good album. Great hard rock riffs, solid shred. Listen for the songs Fast Pass, Drift, and Streamlet. 232, Lightboard. A blend of light skronk and hard rock with some legit soloing. Probably not as popular, but it is full of genius guitar. Certainly listen for the song Lightboard. 23, 22222222. The first song is a great shredder. Listen for that song. It's the 22222222. 234, Coupon. He has played this one live a few times too. Nail on the Clock is meh. Listen for the song Coupon. 235, ONEIRIC Pool. One of Big B's more popular riff fests. Can't go wrong with any of the songs, but ONEIRIC Pool Part 7 is my favorite. 236, Castle on Slunk Hill. A messier, skronkier, and more experimental riff fest. 237, The 5 Blocks. Another rock-solid riff fest full of delicious harmonies and deep sound. 238, Attic Garden. More wild and scary noises with some groovy yet spooky riffs. 239, The Mermaid Stairwell. Overall a great pike. Good high energy. Listen for the song Mermaid Stairwell and Ferry Boat. 240, Chart. Harsher rock melodies, closing things off with an easier jam. Listen for the song Granite Track. 241, Sparks in the Dark. By far one of my favorites. Non-Buckethead-like sounds and instruments, but a great jam overall. Listen for the songs The Pond of Peace and Garden at Twilight. 242, Hamden's Hollow. Lots of shred skronk. 243, Santa's Toy Workshop. Lots of experimental stuff. Random noises, including kid and people noises. 244, Out Orbit. More shred and skronk with a few random noises thrown in there. 245, Space Viking. In sweet reverence to the late Bernie Worrell, a genius musician and fellow friend and bandmate of Buckethead. A mellow jam overall. Listen for the song Space Viking. 246, Nettle. More great rock-heavy riffs to listen to while you're trying to pry that clogged nettle out of your kitchen sink. Listen for the song BARREN Part 2. 247, Rivers in the Seas. More great jams. Good rock-style music. Listen for the songs Other Portals and Rivers in the Seas. 248, Adrift in Sleep Wakefulness. The album is a little incoherent, though it be listenable. Adrift in Sleep Wakefulness is by far the best song, though. 249, The Mosslands. Decent rock riffage, be it a little messy. 250, Random skronk and heavier riffs. 251, Waterfall Cove. The album is more melodic and acoustic style. Quite listenable indeed. Decent riffs throughout. Listen for the song Whisper's Way. 252, Bozo in the Labyrinth. Some great rock and roll tunes on this one. Good riffs with some amazing solos. Listen for the songs Mirrors of the Sleeping Mind and Cliff Faces. 253, Coop-Ers Town. Some decent riffs, but mixed in with skronk from time to time. But still listen for the songs Quadruple Chicken Barn and Rooms of Brooms. 254, Woven Twigs. Even more maddening skronk slabs to eat for dinner. 255, Abominable Snow Scalp. More great rock and roll riffs, some with shred solos and some without. Listen for the song Abominable Snow Scalp. 256, Meteor Firefly Net. A mixture of solid riffs, solo shredding, with some shots of skronk and acoustic stuff. Listen for the songs Image from the Void and Mountainous Mine. 257, Blank Slate. Great pike, great rock riffs, and a lot of fun to listen to. This was a tough one to choose between, but listen for the songs Open to the Air and Solar Staple. 258, Echo. More delicious acoustic riffs, great melody throughout. Each song is great. 259, Undersea Dead City. More freaky skronky shreds that crush your brain to applesauce. 260, Ferry to the Island of Lost Minds. Heavier skronk rock galore. 261, Portal to the Red Waterfall. This one is on the skronkier end of Big B's music, but listen for the songs Spirits and Crayon Factory. Those will cheer you up. 262, Looney Bin. Nib-e-Newell. More maddening skronk. 263, Glacier. A rock-solid pike, a mixture of shred solo, acoustic, and overall good jams. 264, Poseidon. Very famous pike, very well-liked. You can't go wrong with any song, but I like Poseidon Part 1 the best. 265, Ride Operator Q Bozo, the scarier side of skronk. But listen for the song Ramp Ahead. the final track in the album. 266, Far, another good one. Not as shreddy as Poseidon, but still rock heavy. You can't go wrong with any song on here. 267, Thoracic Spine Collapser. More skronk noises straight from the most terrifying coaster in Buckethead land, but still listen for the song Rejuvenation Chamber. 268, Sonar Rainbow. Good, consistent riffs, but I would listen for the songs Sonar Rainbow and Venomous Fog. 269, Decaying Parchment. The whole album is quite a trip. It is a mix of good, shreddy riffs and a little skronk. The whole album is worth listening to, but I would listen for the song Is and The Maps Inside. Decaying Parchment is an impressive skronk song too. 270, A3. More experimental scary noises. 271, The Squaring of the Circle. Hard rock all around. Good stuff to listen to, but listen for the song Squaring of the Circle. 272, Conjunctio. An eerie Death Cube K-esque feel. 273, Guillotine Furnace. Experimental rock. 274, Forno Cosmique. The second song is skronky, but the first one, Forno Cosmique, is a blast. High speed and lots of fun. He's even played it live a few times. 275, Dream Thread. Overall, this one is a bit hard to listen to. Some of the threads are pretty good, but I recommend listening for the song Hypnagogia. Oh, dear Barbara, I can't believe we made it. First of all, I need a drink of water. Second of all, if I didn't include a song in my recommendation sections that you happen to like, that doesn't mean it's a bad song or anything. It just didn't end up in my video. In fact, if anything, I would love it if you commented that song below. The purpose of this video was to inform, not to review. Recommendations are designed for people who might not have heard the Pike yet. I hope that this helped, and don't forget to exploit those $2 sales on bucketheadpikes.com.